Hi, this is Mark Collins, live and direct from the floor of the legendary Emerald Cup here in sunny Oakland, California. I'm delighted to be with Jocelyn Sheltraw from Budist, the CEO of Budist. And at the moment, Budist are going from strength to strength. So I'm so pleased to be able to have the opportunity to talk to Jocelyn, who's been in the industry now for quite a few years, so has some great insights to share today. Jocelyn, could you tell us a little bit about your journey in cannabis and how you arrived at Budist, this great new business?
Yes. Well, I've been a part of the industry for almost 7 years now. I'm well known in the industry from having been one of the early people building Headset, and I'm a big community builder. So for me, I love going to events like Emerald Cup. It was a part of normalizing what we were doing at Headset. And so you have to be a part of the community to do that. So as part of my 7 years in the industry, I've had my hands in a lot of different things, from being on the board of directors for the California Cannabis Industry Association and getting involved in driving policy and advocacy conversation. But right now, what my focus is really, it's building community around creating a culture of connoisseurship and appreciating cannabis and building a community around it in a similar way that people do in wine or in coffee or in beer. And I really would like to change the conversation around cannabis, where we're getting to articulate a lot of the nuances that we're here to celebrate at Emerald Cup, where it's about the appellation and where this product was grown. It's about who the farmer and the years of history. And so I really hope that through Budist that we're helping tell that story to the consumer and normalizing cannabis a lot more.
I love that, because here we are creating community at the Emerald Cup, but Budist is helping sustain that community beyond the events. And so it's a great to have Budist here. And so it's not only community that you're building, and I love the analogy to wine, because that's what I see myself in Budist when I use it myself. But when I look at the technology experience you've had such a track record in Headset particularly, but in technology companies before that too. So how has that influenced Budist? Because you're really starting to use data, you're starting to use science-driven information.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's funny. So for me, upon graduating college, the iPhone had just come out that summer. So my first real job out of school was working in the app space.
Wow.
And I grew with that industry for 10 years. I started at the birth of that industry. So I've worked with 200 plus different apps. A lot of my friends are entrepreneurs and started a lot of the apps that we use today. So I've just really seen a lot of that journey. And it's funny because with building Budist, it's truly a combination of mine, my partner Claudia, who's my life partner and business partner, the rest of our founders. It's really this manifestation of all of our past backgrounds coming together. And so with mine, just having come from tech and seeing the birth of mobile and how a market evolves in that way, what user experience, we're incorporating all of that into Budist. But ultimately what Budist is it's our industry's first dedicated rating and review platform for brands and products. And so anyways, it's like a whole, with all of my past experience in community building, and
it's all come together.
It's all coming together.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah.
So when I think also about your experience and your life experience, I wish your life partner and business partner, Claudia, was here. He's such a lovely guy. But I was always inspired by your Native American experience. And I know how in looking into it, as someone who hasn't got a clue about the Native American experience, it does seem community plays a role in your community, if that's not too much of a stretch. Could you talk about how that influenced you? I know I'm always interested to see how people are influenced.
I've never thought about this, and actually that's really something to explore deeply there. But no, 100%. It's within so I'm a quarter Seneca Paiute. We're one of the 7 tribes of Yosemite Valley. And it's exactly as you're saying, there's a strong community, and that's how everything operates. And it all comes together, nature, human, and everything just operates.
Oh, beautiful,
beautifully.
Yeah.
So I'm very close to my grandmother. She is my heart and soul. And so she grew up on our native land. It's always been a part of just my growing up, and it's just inherent to who I am. And it's interesting now that you bring this up, because I think it drives a lot of my perspective in building business.
Your values, surely, yeah.
My values and how I approach building business, because it's if you look at kind of my approach to building Headset, it was community driven. It was all about community. It was bringing people together with headset data nights. It was about sharing this information with the community. And that's what we're doing at Budist. It's the same approach, where it's bringing people together who are passionate about said subject.
And such great people. But
yes.
you're somehow attracting them to you, which is great. I mean,
Yeah.
I know just off the top of my head, and I know there's many people involved in Buddhist, but I know Jake Kuzarak is doing such a great job.
Yeah.
And also a lot of your team, working very closely with local events. I see Sarah Falvo very active too. Sarah is not really in your group, but is kind of supporting it. I think you're creating community, right?
Yes,
There's a really strong feeling of community, and I see a lot of friends getting interested and getting involved in Buddhist.
Well, it was by intent and design.
Yeah.
So when we were developing the app, when we physically started building that, it was March 2023. And in that time period, we assembled an editorial guideline and a group of people that are incredibly diverse in their demographics, they're diverse in their subject matter expertise, and what category. So we assembled 5 concentrate critics. So it's people like Nikki T, Jason Pinsky, Alan Sharma.
Super smart people.
So all of these individuals, Orin Flower, it's people like Kevin Jodry, one of the co-founders of the Gantier program. So we brought together a group of the biggest experts that we knew, and people that were known as being objective and unbiased, and that wanted to use their expertise through written word and sharing that through long form reviews. So we assembled this group of people over a 6-month period as we were developing out the app, and we basically got all of us on the same page as to, what you want to write in a review. This is very new, assessing cannabis and using the 100-point system to do so, and then translating that to the consumer. We're trying to start the foundation of that, just like you saw in the wine industry.
Yeah.
Prior to 1979, most of the knowledge within the wine industry, or within wine, existed within the wine industry. It wasn't your general consumer having a great understanding. So it's kind of where we're at in our industry. It's most of the knowledge of products exists within our industry. The general consumer knows an indica and sativa. We're not yet having conversations around effects on terpenes, cannabinoids, on appellation and region. And what we believe and what we hope Budist will do is jumpstart and catapult or be a catalyst for this culture of connoisseurship that you see exist in wine or in beer or in coffee, where you'll have groups of people sharing and we all know that we all use reviews to make decisions. So that's at the heart of what we're trying to do.
Can I use the word you're crowdsourcing information? Is that too heavy an idea?
Well, we will be. So the idea behind it is that think about Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
So to jumpstart the platform, because this is so new and we needed to set the foundation of what you want to talk about in a review, how you assess products. There's kind of a calibration that has to be learning.
You had to also create all that infrastructure.
Yes. So we took 6 months to create that.
Wow.
And we then did that with our Budist. We all created this foundation of what you want to write, how you want to do that. So we didn't market this to consumers at that point for the first 6 months. So now we're just starting